You may not realize it, but the bed you sleep in every single night could be silently draining both your bank account and your body's vitality. Every time you lay down, you're not just resting. You're plugging into the largest energy transfer station in your home, and the direction your head faces is either fueling your success or quietly sabotaging it. In the right direction, your bed becomes a magnet for prosperity and a sanctuary for healing. In the wrong direction, it works against you while you sleep, bleeding away your focus, your health, and your ability to make sound decisions. Think about it. You wake up feeling sluggish, your mind scattered, small annoyances pile up, opportunities slip through your fingers, and no matter how hard you work, your finances never seem to match your effort. This isn't random bad luck. It's the constant pull of misplaced energy steering you off course night after night. But the moment you shift your bed to align with the natural flow of energy, you tap into a current that carries you instead of dragging you down. Suddenly, you wake up lighter, your thoughts are sharper, and the path forward feels open and effortless. This isn't about superstition. It's about creating an environment that works with you, not against you. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn exactly which bed direction unleashes unstoppable health and wealth, why certain common setups are draining you dry, and how one simple adjustment can trigger a chain reaction that changes your mornings, your decisions, and your bank balance. If you've been waking up tired, feeling stuck, or wondering why your hard work isn't paying off, the answer might be right under your head, and it's time to turn it in your favor. Part 1: The Overlooked Truth. You spend a third of your life in bed, yet most people treat it like an afterthought, a piece of furniture to collapse onto at the end of the day. But your bed is not just a resting place. It is the most powerful and consistent point of contact between you and the energy of your home. Every night, while your conscious mind drifts into sleep, your body and subconscious are absorbing whatever flows through that space. The direction your head points while you sleep determines whether that flow is nourishing you or draining you. Think about the mornings when you've woken up feeling strangely heavy, your mind cluttered, and your patience short before you've even had coffee. That's not just stress or bad luck. It's the result of sleeping in a way that disrupts your internal alignment, stealing your focus, scattering your decisions, and setting off a chain of small setbacks that compound into larger struggles. Now imagine the opposite, opening your eyes to sunlight that feels like it's feeding your body, a mind that clicks into focus before your feet touch the floor, and a calm readiness that makes you handle challenges without getting thrown off balance. This isn't magic. It's the way your body responds when the environment supports it instead of working against it. In American homes, we carefully choose paint colors, buy the right mattress, and adjust room temperature for comfort. But almost no one considers bed direction. Yet that single factor shapes the quality of your sleep, the sharpness of your thinking, and your capacity to attract and hold on to money. When your bed is aligned with the right directional energy, your nights recharge you fully, your mornings launch you with clarity, and the opportunities you've been chasing start to find their way to you. But when it's wrong, it's like trying to run uphill into a headwind. You might still get somewhere, but it will take far longer, drain more of your energy, and cost you far more than you realize. The science of energy flow in a room is simple. Every space has currents, subtle, invisible, but real, that affect how you feel and how you perform. Your bed is where those currents have the most prolonged influence on you. Unlike a desk or a couch where you sit briefly and move on, your bed holds you for hours in a passive, receptive state. If you're facing the wrong way, your body is constantly resisting the flow, like swimming against a tide while you sleep. Over time, this resistance manifests as chronic fatigue, foggy thinking, irritability, and poor judgment. Each one a small leak in your ability to earn, grow, and enjoy your life. And because these effects build slowly, you rarely connect them to your bedroom. You just assume you're overworked, unlucky, or aging. That's the trap. Most people don't realize that the direction they sleep in can subtly reroute their life. The bed's position is not about superstition. It's about creating conditions that let your mind and body operate in harmony with the forces already at work around you. When you align your bed to the right direction, you're not changing the wind. You're adjusting your sails so that the same wind that once pushed against you now carries you forward. The result is better sleep, sharper thinking, stronger resilience, and a magnetic pull toward the right opportunities. This is especially relevant if you've been working hard yet feel like you're getting nowhere financially, or if your health seems to require more effort to maintain than it used to. When the energy you absorb at night is harmonious, it supports every decision you make the next day. You're more decisive in meetings, more persuasive in conversations, more alert to hidden opportunities. And because you're physically more rested, you have the stamina to act on those opportunities without burning out. In America, we talk a lot about optimizing performance, whether it's through better diet, exercise, time management, or productivity hacks. But all of those efforts can be undermined if the 8 hours you spend in bed each night are actively working against you. Think about how much more effective you'd be if every single night was setting you up for a stronger tomorrow. The overlooked truth is that your bed is not neutral. It is either your greatest ally or a silent saboteur. The right direction can make you feel like life is finally on your side. The wrong one will keep you wondering why the breaks always seem to go to someone else. If you've been waking up tired, battling constant distractions, struggling to focus, or feeling like money slips through your fingers despite your best efforts, your bed's direction may be the missing link. You wouldn't ignore a leaking roof or a faulty lock on your front door. So why ignore the silent leak that happens every night in the very place meant to restore you? Fixing it doesn't require an expensive renovation or complicated equipment. It's a matter of turning your bed to align with the direction that feeds both your health and your prosperity. And once you do, you'll notice the difference not in weeks or months, but often within days. Deeper sleep, lighter mornings, a clearer mind, and a subtle but undeniable shift in the flow of good fortune into your life. This is why those who know this truth guard it closely. It's a small, simple change that has the power to change everything. Part 2: Bed Directions that Summon Health and Wealth. There are 4 main directions that can transform your bed from a neutral piece of furniture into a powerful source of health and wealth. The moment you align with the right one for your goals and lifestyle, you'll feel the shift, sometimes as subtly as waking up calmer, other times as dramatically as landing an opportunity you've been chasing for years. But each direction has its own personality, its own way of fueling you, and the results they bring are not interchangeable. Knowing which one to choose is the difference between slow, steady progress and explosive breakthroughs. Let's start with the north. North is the current of deep water, steady, cool, and unwavering. When your head faces north as you sleep, your body is immersed in an energy that restores balance and stability. This is the direction for people who want financial security that lasts, who prefer long-term consistency over sudden windfalls. It sharpens your focus, strengthens your decision-making, and helps you hold onto what you earn. In practical terms, this is the direction for those building careers that require mental clarity. Lawyers, analysts, executives, medical professionals. Anyone whose work is better when their thinking is sharp and their nerves are steady. Sleep in the north direction and you'll likely notice your mornings feel less rushed, your judgment more precise, and your stress responses calmer. It's not the direction for adrenaline junkies. It's for builders who want their foundations unshakable. South, on the other hand, is fire. It's the energy of bold moves, high visibility, and seizing the moment. Sleeping with your head toward the south aligns you with a current that fuels ambition and draws attention. This is the direction for those who want to stand out. Entrepreneurs, performers, sales leaders, creators, anyone whose success depends on being noticed and remembered. The south direction charges you with a kind of morning momentum that makes you more magnetic in meetings, more confident in negotiations, and more willing to take the kinds of calculated risks that lead to significant gains. Many people who switch to south report sudden increases in invitations, collaborations, and high-value connections. It's not just about energy. It's about influence and reach. If north is about securing the castle, south is about conquering new territory. Then there's the east, the direction of the sunrise. Sleeping toward the east is like bathing in renewal every night. It's the perfect choice for anyone recovering from burnout, illness, or long-term stress. The energy here is gentle but persistent. It rebuilds your reserves while sharpening your alertness. You wake up clearer, lighter, and more ready to tackle the day without the heaviness that's been slowing you down. East is especially beneficial for students, planners, and decision-makers because it supports mental clarity and quick comprehension. For those in transitional periods, starting over after a career change, returning to work after a break, or rebuilding health, East is like a quiet but effective coach reminding you that each day is a fresh start. Finally, West is the direction of refinement and creation. It's where you go deeper, to turn good ideas into great ones. The energy here is calm and contemplative, making it ideal for writers, designers, researchers, and strategists. Sleeping toward the west helps you disconnect from chaos and focus inward, allowing you to develop the kind of deep work that lasts. This is not the direction for chasing quick wins. It's for cultivating assets, whether those assets are intellectual property, art, or long-term business strategies. People aligned with West often find themselves more patient, more discerning, and more capable of filtering noise to see the real opportunities worth pursuing. West energy grows results like an oak tree, slowly but so strong that once they are established, they endure any storm. What makes these directions powerful isn't just the compass point, it's the way they interact with your personal goals. In the US, our lives are fast-paced and often overloaded with noise, deadlines, and constant pressure to perform. That's why choosing the right direction for your bed is less about abstract tradition and more about aligning your nightly recovery with the demands of your days. If you're in a phase where stability is your top priority, paying down debt, building savings, or securing a new role, North will support you like a solid anchor. If you're building a brand, growing a network, or launching a business, South will put you in the spotlight and keep your energy bold. If you're healing or recharging after years of pushing too hard, East will restore you in a way that makes sustainable progress possible. And if you're developing a craft, a product, or an idea that needs time to mature, West will give you the stillness and focus to bring it to life without rushing. The truth is, most people choose their bed placement based on convenience, where it fits, where it looks good, or where the outlets are for charging phones. But those decisions, made casually, can quietly shape the trajectory of your health and finances for years. Every night you spend in the wrong current is a night where your body and mind are slightly out of sync, and those small misalignments compound over time. Flip that around, and every night in the right direction is like making a deposit into your energy account, one that pays interest in the form of better health, clearer thinking, and a stronger pull toward financial opportunities. For those who doubt the impact, think about how even small physical changes affect performance. The position of your chair at your desk changes your posture. The lighting in your office changes your focus. The temperature in a room changes your comfort. Your bed's direction works the same way, except it influences you for hours while you're in your most receptive state. That's why people who make this change often feel the results faster than they expect. You might notice deeper sleep, fewer restless nights, or more vivid, inspiring dreams. You might find yourself more motivated to act on ideas you've been putting off. Or you might simply feel less resistance during the day, as if things are flowing more easily in your favor. The goal here isn't to tell you there's one right direction for everyone. It's to help you choose the direction that matches what you most need right now. Life is seasonal. Your goals shift, and so might your ideal bed direction. The key is knowing how each direction shapes your energy so you can realign whenever you need to. And because this is about creating the conditions for health and wealth to grow naturally, the benefits build on themselves over time. Once you start sleeping in a way that truly supports you, you'll notice how much more you can get done without feeling like you're constantly pushing uphill. You'll see how better health makes it easier to pursue opportunities, and how increased wealth gives you the freedom to care for your health. It becomes a reinforcing cycle, all starting with the simplest of changes, turning your bed toward the direction that serves you best. Part 3. Match your element to maximize results. Your bed's direction alone can create powerful changes, but when you align that direction with your personal energy type, the results multiply. Think of it like tuning a radio. You can be on the right station, but if the signal isn't fine-tuned for your frequency, you'll still hear static. Matching your bed direction to your element clears that static so the flow of health and wealth into your life becomes stronger, cleaner, and more consistent. In practical terms, your element represents the kind of energy you naturally operate with, your default setting. When your environment is in sync with it, you feel supported, confident, and capable. When it's out of sync, you feel like you're swimming against the current. The first step is knowing your element, which you can determine based on your birth year and the cycle of elements. Once you know it, you can position your bed to amplify your strengths and balance your weaknesses. If your element is metal, you thrive on focus, structure, and precision. Your energy is sharp, disciplined, and capable of cutting through noise to get to the point. But to keep that edge, you need environments that ground you and protect your mental clarity. The ideal bed directions for metal are west and northwest. These directions encourage deep thinking, strategic planning, and financial discipline. If you're in business, sales, or any role that requires sound judgment and the ability to make clear, confident decisions, these directions will help you lock in those strengths. Sleeping this way can help you spot opportunities others overlook and avoid costly mistakes because your thinking stays razor sharp. If your element is wood, your strength lies in growth, creativity, and forward movement. You're energized by new ideas and the challenge of building something from scratch. The directions that serve you best are east and southeast. These are the directions of renewal, expansion, and fresh starts. Sleeping in alignment with them fuels your imagination, keeps your motivation high, and helps you turn your ideas into reality. If you're an entrepreneur, an artist, a designer, or simply in a stage of life where you're reinventing yourself, these directions keep you moving forward instead of stalling. If your element is water, your natural flow is about adaptability, insight, and communication. You have an intuitive sense of how to connect with others, whether it's for building relationships, negotiating, or influencing. The direction that aligns with you is north. This is the current that calms your mind, enhances your clarity, and makes your interactions more effective. Whether you're in sales, counseling, leadership, or any field where your voice and presence matter, sleeping toward the north helps you maintain the mental and emotional clarity to say the right thing at the right time. If your element is fire, you're powered by passion, visibility, and action. You thrive when you're in the spotlight, leading, inspiring, and pushing boundaries. Your ideal direction is south, the stream that amplifies your presence and courage. Sleeping this way fuels your ambition, boosts your confidence, and makes you more magnetic in your work and personal life. If you're launching a new project, leading a team, or trying to make a bigger mark in your field, south gives you the push and visibility you need. If your element is earth, your strengths are stability, reliability, and the ability to create strong foundations. You're at your best when you feel secure and have a clear plan for the future. The best directions for you are southwest and northeast. These anchor your energy, making it easier to stay consistent, patient, and grounded as you work toward long-term goals. Whether you're building a business, investing, or creating a safe and prosperous home life, these directions keep you steady so your progress doesn't get derailed. Aligning your bed direction with your element isn't just about personal comfort. It's about giving yourself the environment that makes your best qualities effortless. Imagine an athlete training in the perfect conditions for their sport. Right climate, right equipment, right mindset. That's what this alignment does for you. And in the American lifestyle, where our days are often packed with deadlines, multitasking, and competing demands, starting each morning with your strengths already switched on is a massive advantage. The benefits of this match aren't only about how you feel, they show up in tangible results. A metal-aligned person sleeping west might close deals more efficiently because they read situations clearly. A wood-aligned person sleeping east might generate creative solutions faster and have the stamina to follow through. A water-aligned person sleeping north might find negotiations flowing more smoothly, with less resistance. A fire-aligned person sleeping south might see their ideas gain traction and attract support quickly. An earth-aligned person sleeping southwest might steadily grow investments or strengthen relationships that provide lasting stability. This is about engineering your nights to fuel your days. Too often, people pour energy into fixing problems during waking hours while ignoring the 8 hours at night when those problems could be quietly prevented. You can work on your confidence all day, but if your bed direction drains you at night, you'll wake up starting from zero again. You can push yourself to be creative, but if your sleeping position dulls your inspiration, you'll struggle to produce. You can set financial goals, but if your rest doesn't reinforce the focus and discipline to achieve them, progress will feel slow and frustrating. Matching your element and bed direction changes that cycle. It removes friction from your life so you're not wasting effort fighting against yourself. It sets a tone for your mornings where your mind and body are already in sync, ready to act. And once you feel that alignment, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. The change can be subtle at first, waking up clearer, making decisions faster, feeling less drained by challenges, but over time it compounds. The small wins stack. The deal you close, the project you finish, the opportunity you spot because you were alert enough to see it. Those wins build health, confidence, and financial security. And all of it begins with a choice you control entirely: how you position your bed tonight. Part 4: 3 Deadly Bed Placement Mistakes That Kill Health and Wealth. If you've ever walked into a kitchen and instantly felt a sense of warmth, welcome, and this is a good place to be, chances are it wasn't because of the paint on the walls or the brand of the appliances. It was because of what was alive and visible in the space. Fresh fruit does something almost nothing else can. It sends a signal of plenty. But not all fruit speaks the same language. Some radiate joy and invite connection. Others suggest growth and long-term stability, and a few have an almost magnetic pull toward prosperity. Today, we're going to talk about 6 of them, fruits that can turn your kitchen into a silent partner in building both wealth and harmony in your life. First are oranges and tangerines. There's a reason a bowl of them looks so inviting. The rich orange-gold color mirrors the glow of sunlight and the shimmer of precious metals. That warmth isn't just pretty. It's a visual shorthand for optimism, health, and financial success. Their scent is equally powerful. A fresh, citrus aroma cuts through heaviness in the air, lightens your mood, and subtly encourages more open, positive interactions. In practical terms, placing a cluster of oranges or tangerines in the center of your kitchen keeps the visual and sensory cues for abundance right where you can't miss them. Next are apples, both red and green. Red apples have a boldness to them. They suggest celebration, vitality, and good fortune. They have a way of making a space feel more alive, as if something good is always about to happen. Green apples offer a different gift, a sense of calm and renewal. Their crisp color and flavor evoke balance, making them especially valuable when stress is high. Together, red and green apples form a balanced picture. One half excitement and joy, the other half steadiness and peace. Keeping both colors visible in your kitchen is like having a visual reminder that real prosperity includes not just gain, but also the stability to enjoy it. Pomegranates might be the most symbolic fruit on this list. Slice one open and you'll see why. Hundreds of ruby-red seeds tightly packed inside, each a tiny, glistening jewel. That image speaks of a home full of opportunities, relationships, and resources. It's not just about having a lot. It's about richness that multiplies and is shared. In a kitchen, a few whole pomegranates on display communicate that this is a place where life is abundant and deeply rooted. They are especially powerful in times of transition, like starting a new business or growing a family, when you want to anchor the energy of growth and togetherness. Grapes bring their own unique message. A single stem carries dozens of small fruits, each perfect on its own, but even more beautiful as part of the cluster. They represent continuity, wealth and blessings flowing steadily, not in fits and starts. Green grapes carry a freshness that's perfect for new ventures and fresh starts. They bring an energy of possibility. Purple grapes, on the other hand, convey depth, stability, and maturity, ideal for reinforcing success you've already built. Together, they make your kitchen feel like a place where both new opportunities and lasting security are welcome. Bananas are perhaps the most quietly comforting fruit in this group. The way they grow, curved, nestled together in a bunch, looks like an embrace. Their gentle yellow suggests warmth without flashiness, the kind of wealth that feels safe and dependable rather than showy. In a kitchen, bananas project a feeling of being cared for and protected, which is a foundational piece of any kind of prosperity. They're a subtle but powerful reminder that true wealth isn't just about what you gain. It's about keeping what matters most close and safe. Finally, peaches. Their velvety skin, soft blush tones, and naturally sweet aroma carry a soothing, protective energy. They seem to soften the edges of tension and encourage empathy in the people who share the space. Peaches also have a way of freshening the energy in a room, making it feel lighter and more hopeful. In your kitchen, a few ripe peaches can set a tone of gentle abundance, a wealth of kindness, understanding, and goodwill that naturally supports every other kind of prosperity. These 6 fruits are more than snacks or decor. They are living symbols. Each one has a personality, a color language, and a scent story that works on you and your household in quiet but powerful ways. When you select them intentionally, keep them fresh, and place them where they can be seen and appreciated every day, you're doing more than decorating. You're curating the emotional and psychological climate of your home. The change is cumulative. Day after day, week after week, the sight, smell, and feel of these fruits work their way into your habits and your thinking. You may notice you linger in the kitchen more often, that family members pause to chat in front of the fruit bowl instead of rushing past, that conversations are warmer and easier. You may find yourself approaching decisions, financial or otherwise, with a little more optimism, a little more trust that there's enough to go around. That's the real power of these wealth magnet fruits. They don't just look appealing, they help you live in a way that invites and sustains the prosperity you're looking for. And unlike so many complicated strategies for success, this one doesn't require you to learn a new skill, spend hours of extra time, or make a dramatic lifestyle change. It's as simple as choosing the right fruit, placing it with intention, and letting it quietly do its work. The best part, you can start today. The next time you're in the produce aisle, let yourself choose not just with your appetite, but with your vision for your home. Picture the burst of orange from fresh tangerines, the jewel tones of pomegranates, the harmony of red and green apples, the freshness of green grapes and the elegance of purple ones, the comforting yellow of bananas and the soft pink glow of peaches. Bring them home, set them where the light finds them, and watch as your kitchen and the energy of your life begins to shift toward the abundant, harmonious future you've been wanting all along. Part 5, 3 Deadly Bed Placement Mistakes that Kill Health and Wealth. You could have the perfect bed direction for your goals, but if the bed's position inside your room violates certain core rules, all that potential gets wiped out. These mistakes are so common in American homes that many people live with them for years without realizing they're sabotaging their sleep, health, and financial flow every single night. They seem harmless at first glance, but they create subtle, constant pressure on your mind and body, pressure that translates into missed opportunities, poor decisions, and a gradual erosion of energy that you can't quite explain. The first deadly mistake is sleeping with your headboard not anchored against a solid wall. It might look stylish to float a bed in the middle of the room or angle it for design flair, but your subconscious doesn't care about aesthetics. It cares about safety. Without a solid wall behind you, your body stays on alert even as you sleep, scanning for threats in the open space behind your head. This chronic, low-level vigilance keeps you from reaching the deepest, most restorative stages of sleep. Over time, that shallow rest leaves you mentally scattered, emotionally reactive, and financially impulsive. You may find yourself overspending to relieve stress, avoiding big decisions because you feel uncertain, or losing confidence in your ability to manage what you have. Anchoring your bed against a sturdy wall tells your nervous system it's safe to relax, which in turn allows your mind to recharge fully and handle your days with clarity and control. The second mistake is placing your bed too close to an uncovered window. Large windows are beautiful during the day, but at night they can become a direct leak in your personal energy bank. Without heavy curtains or blinds, light pollution, outside noise, and shifting air currents constantly disturb your body's natural rhythms. Even if you don't fully wake, your sleep is fractured. Your breathing changes, your heart rate adjusts, and your mind slips into a lighter state where it can't fully recover. More importantly, in terms of energy flow, an uncovered window is like leaving the vault door open. Whatever good energy you gather during the night can drift out, leaving you feeling flat in the morning no matter how many hours you slept. People who sleep in this setup often report feeling restless, unable to focus, and disconnected from their goals. In practical terms, it shows up as money slipping away through small but constant leaks. Fees, impulse buys, missed payment dates. Not catastrophic losses, but enough to keep you from building momentum. Simply moving the bed or adding proper window coverings can stop that drain and let your rest actually translate into the vitality you need to earn and keep wealth. The third mistake is positioning your bed next to a bathroom or kitchen. These are the most energetically disruptive areas in any home. Bathrooms are places of constant flushing, draining, and moisture, signals to your subconscious that things are being removed, not retained. Kitchens, while central to daily life, generate heat, odors, and bursts of activity that can clash with the stillness your body needs at night. If your bed shares a wall with a shower, toilet, stove, or refrigerator, you're putting your rest in direct contact with chaotic, shifting energy. Even if you don't consciously notice the sounds or subtle vibrations, your body does. The result? Uneasy sleep, morning fatigue, and a pattern of gaining and then losing ground, financially and physically. You may close a deal but see unexpected expenses eat the profit. You might feel well for a week and then suddenly run down. It's a cycle of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, fueled by the constant disturbance in your recovery zone. In American homes where space is tight, especially in apartments and condos, this mistake is rampant. But it's fixable. Creating even a small buffer, a headboard backed by shelving, a thick room divider, or moving the bed to a different wall, can shift the energy enough to restore your sleep's effectiveness. What all 3 mistakes have in common is this: they keep your body in a state of partial defense while you sleep. Instead of fully letting go and absorbing the benefits of your chosen bed direction, your system spends the night compensating for instability, exposure, or disruption. That wasted effort is why you can sleep 8 hours and still wake up tired. why you can work hard and still feel stuck, why you can want change and never seem to get traction. Fixing these issues doesn't require a remodel or a huge investment. It's about making intentional choices so your bedroom is not just comfortable, but protective and supportive. Your bed should feel like the safest, most stable place in your home, shielded from unnecessary disturbance. Once you remove these silent saboteurs, you'll notice the difference fast: deeper sleep, steadier moods, and a stronger sense of direction during the day. And because your nights will finally be feeding your health and wealth instead of draining them, every effort you make while awake will hit harder and go further. When you eliminate these 3 mistakes, you're not just optimizing your bedroom, you're sealing up the leaks in your energy and financial foundation. You're creating a true stronghold, a place where your ambitions have a chance to take root and grow without being undermined while you're most vulnerable. That's how small, precise changes in where and how you place your bed can lead to outsized changes in the life you're building. When you step back and look at everything we've covered, the truth is simple. Your bed is not just where you sleep, it's where your life quietly resets itself every single night. The direction you face, the way your bed is positioned in the room, and how those choices align with your personal energy type are not small details. They are the invisible architecture of your health, your focus, and your prosperity. Think of it as tuning 3 instruments in the same orchestra. The compass direction is your melody, your elemental match is the harmony, and your bed's exact placement is the rhythm. When all 3 are tuned, the music of your life flows without static, without strain, carrying you forward naturally. Ignore even one and the whole performance feels off. You may not notice the cause at first, but you'll feel the drag over time. Science has long shown that our environment affects our nervous system, our hormone cycles, and our ability to recover from stress. Light, sound, airflow, and perceived safety all influence how deeply we rest and how ready we are to perform the next day. What we've explored here simply brings those truths into sharper focus. You have the ability to shape that environment with intention, not by luck. Align your bed with a direction that feeds your goals. Match it to your element so it amplifies your strengths. Remove the common mistakes that leak your energy away. These are not exotic rituals or costly remodels. They are deliberate choices that make your bedroom the most supportive space in your home. And when you sleep in a space that supports you fully, your mornings stop feeling like uphill climbs. Your health strengthens quietly but steadily. Your mind becomes clearer, your timing sharper, and opportunities, financial and otherwise, start to meet you halfway. In the end, it's not about chasing luck. It's about removing the friction that keeps it from reaching you. Tonight, as you step into your bedroom, look at it with new eyes. See it not just as a place to end your day, but as the launch pad for the life you want to wake up to. Then make the small changes that turn it into exactly that.